Family is completely insane, especially you. You and mom and dad, everyone in this family is like conspiring to drive me out of my mind.
When I told my brother Danny I wanted to do this film, he wanted to know what it would be about. I told him everything.
Danny was a sweet little baby. He was sweet and gentle and a delight to be with.
I always thought of sunshine when I thought of him.
Danny was a relatively quiet boy, good-natured.
He was a gentle friend. He loved other little kids, and he loved to play.
He was a little straight-haired, blonde-headed boy. He was cute.
When we were younger, we had a great relationship. We played all sorts of games together, and we talked every night before going to bed. It wasn't until he got to high school that we started to drift apart. But it wasn't just with me. It was with everybody, and it became the family obsession. What is wrong with Danny?
He was chatty when he was a little boy. He would chatter away. He got quiet as he got older.
As he became an adolescent, he became, I think he became more withdrawn from us.
And stopped joining the group, would always drift out.
He wasn't rebellious, and he really didn't start being rebellious or start getting, not quite the way one might want your kid to be when you're hoping they're going to be the best they can be. I guess sophomore, junior year.
Now, I know I'm very different than everyone else in this family.
How?
Well, first of all, I'm much more laid back than everyone else in this family. God knows I'm more laid back than you.
Danny is different than the other members of the family. I think that, he looks different. He's very tall. He's adopted.
I don't think the fact that doesn't have the same genes as I do, I don't think that has to do with it. I think that everybody has a different dynamic. Everybody has a different chemistry. I see it with people in one family all the time.
I feel like I'm a member of the family. I'm just the only sane member of the family.
Anyone who sees Danny immediately notices that he looks nothing like the other members of our family. But the differences aren't just physical.
I think we're just more guilt-ridden, more, what's the word I want? We're more achievement-oriented.
We tend to get really anxious about things. We get nervous about things. And we sometimes feel overly responsible for things. And those are characteristics that I don't see in Danny, and I think Danny has trouble understanding in us. He thinks we're crazy.
If you were living in a family of people entirely made up of people like me, you would go completely insane. You would not be able to deal with it. You would be bothering everyone else to get their shit done. And everyone else wouldn't want to do shit.
Rafi works really hard at school. I really like working hard on my work. Danny doesn't right now seem to be interested in working really hard. He's interested in, I'm not sure, I don't think he knows what he's interested in right now.
What's he going to do?
Not what mom and dad like to do.
But what is it?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I just like to do what I like to do, and I don't know what I like to do. So if I do it and I like it, then I like it. And if I do it and I don't like it, I don't do it anymore.
Senior year, Danny stopped going to classes completely. He transferred to a new high school, but for now, he isn't graduating.
Because he's not finishing high school, I am very concerned. And because he's not going to do something instead of that, he's not putting his energies into trying to find a job. That really worries me.
He said to me today, or yesterday when we were talking about why he doesn't go to school, because I'd been talking with a friend, he said, yeah, I'm not doing work in school because I don't care about it.
I don't want to go to class. Class is pointless. Going to gym class is pointless. Bitching at me every day to get a job. I'll get a job. I'm going to get a job because I want to get a job, not because you're telling me to get a job.
I'm just worried about him being able to function well for himself in this society that we live in now. And I want him to be able to contribute, and I want him to be able to support himself.
You don't know how it's going to turn out with anyone, but it's worrisome how it's going to turn out with Danny.
I really don't know exactly how he feels. If I did, I think I'd be able to do better. I don't know.
My goals, I have long-term goals, and then I have day-to-day goals, and my day-to-day goal is just to basically try to enjoy every day and do something enjoyable every day.
And Mom and Dad's in the
Everything must be done towards to accomplish one certain goal, and whether or not you enjoy your life does not matter as long as you are accomplishing your goal. I mean, I've got a long time left in my life to decide what I want to do. I'm only 18.
So what is wrong with Danny? Has he totally lost touch with reality, or is he just living in a family of lunatics? It's hard for me to say, but I do know this. Whatever he ends up doing, it's going to be his decision, whether we like it or not.
I think Danny has a lot of really great qualities, and I think he's got to find a way to use those.
I hear him talking with other people and with his friends, and he has very interesting opinions about music and about just trends in the world, patterns of behavior. I hear him talking to other people, and I want to hear more of this. With me, he freezes and he won't say most of it.
I'm confident in myself that I can get all my shit done if they would just leave me alone and stop bothering me every day. And that's all I have to say.
He thinks we're crazy,
I think
and I'm
pretty
not sure
energetic and
how crazy he thinks
pretty
we
good
are,
at
still got
because
like
he is at
doing
such a
things.
different point.
Couple of
looking
careers,
on us,
couple midlife
and we're
crises.
looking
Think
out
about
at
his
him
heart,
or in
career
at him.
change,
family,
That
buying
it's hard for me
fancy
to...
sports cars, no
interested in
parents,
hanging
I'm
out
40.
and
I got a long life ahead of me.
not working too hard.
I got plenty of time to do whatever I want.